Shan and Tam fam, welcome to the Real Talk podcast. On this podcast, we talk about real issues. We talk about parenting, love, family, friendships, and everything in between.
It is our hope that you will journey with us through some critical conversations. We would like for you to drop us a comment, to share the conversation, and to let us know what you would like to see us talk about on Real Talk.
Shan and Tam fam, welcome back to another episode of Real Talk. We hope that, you're looking forward to the spring. It's been spring for a while, but we still haven't seen the weather yet.
Weather confused a bit sometimes.
Right? Mother Nature is having a hissy fit right now.
I know.
She can't make up her mind what to do. But we are looking forward to brighter days and warmer days at that, where we're going to be able to get out and do some stuff. So in the meantime, fam, we're here again to keep your company, to have a little conversation. And today I wanted to bring something to the table, Shan. I started reading this very interesting book called Psycho Cybernetics. So I heard about this book through a YouTube family that I follow. And the gentleman who's an avid reader was talking about the book and how powerful it was. I kind of tucked that away in the back of my mind and, ended up getting it. Didn't quite open it up, but then I heard a very good friend of ours the other day refer to the book again, Roel. And listeners, you've heard from Roel a couple times now on this platform.
We have to get Roel back.
Yeah, we love Roel. And he calls us his new favorite girls.
I know.
But we always have some really good conversations with him. And I heard him mention the book again in one of his lives that he does with our other very good friend, Coach Ali from Mindful Parenting Toolkit. So I thought to myself, you know what? I need to pick up this book now.
Yes.
So I pick up this book, Shan, and right off the top, I'm just like mind blown.
You're blown away by some of the things.
Yes. So the first chapter in the book is talking about self-image, right? And how, your self-image pretty much dictates what we determine to be success or failure in our lives.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if I've ever thought about it from that perspective, but listen to this. The concept about the self-image is that it is your personality is a system of ideas, right? Which you have. And pretty much what the model is talking about, it's saying that if you have thoughts that are not consistent with this system of ideas that you have, your mind rejects it, right?
Oh, wow.
But if you have thoughts that are consistent with the system of ideas that you have, then the mind accepts it. So think about it this way. If your self-image is not one that is positive, right? And you're taking in stimuli that is saying something contrary to that, right? So think about it. You don't have a positive self-image, but there are positive things that are coming at you, right? In terms of things being told to you or visuals or whatever. Your mind is going to reject that because it's going to be like, I don't identify with this. This is not me, right?
Yeah.
And so, if it is consistent with what you believe to be your self-image, then you take that in. Exactly. And then
it's easy for you to embrace it.
That is what continues to solidify the concept of who you are and the things that you can do.
Oh, wow.
I was like,
that is powerful.
Blown.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? Like even when you were talking just now, I'm picturing even your body as a temple,
Mm-hmm.
right? And we've been talking a lot the other day about the healthy lifestyle and everything, and exercise and balance, eating a balanced meal and stuff like that. And as you spoke, I was picturing like if you continue to feed negative things in your body, like the junk,
Right.
the food that's not good for you, and the things that don't make you feel good. Once you start shifting that, you realize sometimes your body like it goes into shock
Yes.
before it starts accepting the good nutrients. May I
Yes.
tell you, I start a juice cleanse the other day, and someday I feel some pain because it's like it
Listen,
rid the toxins in your
real
body.
talk. I was just
Real
about to
talk.
ask you if you've ever had a sugar detox because
Listen to me.
this
Me
is
feel
real.
moody. Me feel on edge. Me feel like me that kill somebody. Like because it's like your body I go through withdrawal. It's
Yeah,
like your body. So imagine now, as what that thing says, if you're a negative person, you see yourself in such a negative light.
absolutely.
When you have people around you who are positive or trying to speak positivity in you or showing you a different perspective, your mind is so stuck. You
Right.
don't have a growth mindset.
Yeah,
You can't say nothing else than your situation.
exactly. And this is
Yes.
one of the this is a part of the concept that this author was talking about because he was like, you have to be able to see yourself in a certain way in order for you to manifest that. Like, not even manifest that, but act it out, like to live
Absolutely.
it, right?
Yes.
So one of the things he was talking about was that you have to see yourself in terms of being worthy, in terms of being deserving, in
Mm-hmm.
terms of being um, you know, healthy, right?
Mm-hmm.
In order for you to live the fullest of what your life
Yeah.
can be. He's like, you have to be accepting of yourself, like to recognize what your strengths are, what your
Yeah.
weaknesses are, to be honest about that.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be pretty much happy with yourself in order for you to have a positive self-image, if that makes sense. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he had even drawn reference to, when people have sort of like physical imperfections or even deformities, because the original idea of the Psycho Cybernetics came from a plastic surgeon.
Oh.
Yeah, and his name was Maxwell Maltz, right?
Mm.
And so he talked about his experiences with people who came in to do plastic surgery. And he was
Oh.
like, there were some instances where people had these imperfections or they had issues that they needed to have corrected by plastic surgery. And it could
Oh.
have been real, like visual, physical things. Like he talked about like a bump on the nose or somebody who had really big ears or
Yeah,
what have
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Somebody like you're not satisfied with how you look, right?
Look, so you want to change that.
You want to
Mm.
change it. And the fact that when the surgery was done to correct what the person wanted, it is almost as if they became a totally new person. So
Wow.
their confidence was boosted.
Because of
They
how they now see themselves.
exactly. And
Yeah.
contrastly, he also talked about the fact that there are some people who have things like scars that they wear as an honor. And
Must say.
And so, right? And so, for somebody who might want to remove the scar to feel better about themselves, there are others who, on the opposite end, who that scar gives them validation in terms of who they are.
And it's interesting you say that because just a couple weeks ago, I was cutting King's hair and his barber just got certified into doing, what you call him, something a microblading and tattoo
Yes.
removal, like scars and stretch marks. And he's like, if you have stretch marks, a simple thing, I can remove them for you. I say, I'm fine with my stretch marks, right?
Wear
Listen,
them with a badge of honor. It's all good.
it's been so many years, probably when I just had my son, when I just had King. I really struggled with my self-image, right? Because your
Yeah.
body just shift and change so sudden and pregnancy, you gain the weight and your body stretch. But after the years and me being comfortable with myself and loving myself more, me okay with my marks. And someone said, no, man, I'm good with my marks, right? But he's like, a lot of women want to get them removed to feel good about themselves, right?
Yeah.
To go on the beach and feel, listen, me go on the beach and see some people where, listen, you ever go on
Right?
vacation and see some people yet? Where you shame about? I'm gonna think to
Yeah.
myself, where you shame about? Some people just not care, right?
Yeah.
They are out and proud and they walk with
With
confidence and they feel
confidence.
good about themselves.
Yeah. And so this is the thing, right? And you think about what that does to the mind. Like we're talking about the fact that these things, the stretch marks or
Yes.
whatever else. I know I've always struggled with acne, right? Ever
Mm-hmm.
since I was a teenager. And I've
Mm-hmm.
had resulting like dark spots on my face
Yes,
because of
yes,
that.
yes, yes.
And I really struggled with that for a number of years. Like the fact that I thought that there was no way that anybody would ever look at me
Look
to
at you
think
because
that,
of the acne.
right, you're beautiful or what have you.
Yes, yes.
Yet here I am, years later, you
Mm-hmm.
know, um, feeling confident enough to go out without makeup because putting on the makeup is a whole other thing for me, which,
I know. For
right?
everybody, it's like a something else. Yes.
Yeah, but what it does to the mind, when you have that level of confidence, even with the imperfections,
Yeah.
it's really something else. And this is what the gentleman was talking about too. He's like, you have to have a self that you're not ashamed of,
Oh, wow.
right? And one that is really, and
Mm,
he calls it's neither more or less than who you are,
wow. That's
right?
powerful.
I,
Me
I
have
I
a read
thought,
a book here among the
Mister,
the, 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 the 50 million book where we are read already, right?
I don't even know how I find the time sometimes, but it's like
Listen to me.
the more I take up these books is the more excited I get, and
I know. I know.
right? But I thought this was such an interesting thing.
Yeah.
I
That's an
mean,
interesting perspective.
it really does put things into perspective for me. Like I'm looking around and dissecting, things that happen. And I think I've talked about this before, maybe here or in another medium where, you were the one that kind of helped me to stop the negative kind of self-talk in terms of my
Yeah.
ability to speak like in public, right? And
Mm-hmm.
we were just talking about this with the introverted queen the
Yes.
other day, where I had mentioned that I'm I'm s- I'm not saying anymore that I'm not a public speaker.
Mm-hmm.
I am saying that I can become a better public
Yeah,
speaker,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Build on your craft,
right?
right?
And the author talked about that something similar to that too, in that they noticed how the the shift in self-image could change even the performance of students in school. So
Yeah.
realistically, when somebody says, I failed this test versus I'm a failure,
Mm,
right? He's like,
yeah.
when you say I failed this test, that is based on fact. It's based on data. It's based on something that
Mm-hmm.
is tangible, substantial, right?
Mm-hmm.
Versus you saying to yourself, if
I'm
you
a
fail a test,
failure.
I'm a failure.
Yeah. listen, the self-talk and the positive, negative self-talk really has a lot to do with one's mental health and psyche, right? That is powerful. It's all in the perspective and how you term things and how you say things, right?
Yeah, so one of the other things I wanted to just for us to touch on just before we end off today was, the fact that one of the points that the author was talking about as
Mm-hmm.
well was that we all have this creative mechanism
Mm,
inside us that really produces happiness. And
mm,
in order for it to work to produce the positive, you know, um, happy, successful space for us to
yes,
really exist in, we need to
yes.
practice that mental picture of
Oh,
what it is that we desire and believe
mm,
that we are actually capable
of
of
doing it.
doing it. And
Mm,
one of the things that came to mind as I was listening to this book was affirmations. How important it is for us to
to speak
really,
life into yourself.
yeah, have those affirmations, speak life
Mm-hmm,
into ourselves, speak positivity into our lives, and
mm-hmm.
just picture. All you need to do is to picture what it is that you actually want to achieve and believe that you actually can
Yeah,
achieve it.
yeah.
You
And
know?
speak life into yourself.
Yeah.
Right. But I
So,
think this is a powerful, powerful topic, and I would
yes.
really love to hear what the listeners have to say about it.
Yeah, what is your self-image? Think about it. What are some of the things that you have been telling yourself that you
Hmm.
can or can't do? And turn that around from not being able to do the things and think about what it is that you can do or can do better.
Yes.
Fam, that's it for today. This one was a quick one, and we just wanted to drop that, those thoughts, leave those thoughts with you. And
Hmm.
like Shan said, leave us a comment. Let us know your thoughts on this topic. And fam, we ask you all the time, and people do tell us, maybe not on the public platform, but what are some of the things that you would like
Yes.
to have us
Here.
talk about or have a guest
Hmm.
talk about? Drop us a comment, drop us a line, and be sure to share the episodes. Again, we are available on Spreaker.com. We are available on Spotify, Real Talk with Shan and Tam. We are on Facebook at Real Talk with Shan and Tam. We're also on our YouTube page, Shan and Tam, and you can always go back and look at, listen to previous episodes or look at the episodes where we have had a visual podcast happening with our videos. Shan, that's it for us
Yes.
today.
That's it for us, and
Until next
looking
time.
forward to the next one.
All right. Take
Bye,
care,
fam.
fam. Walk good.
Don't forget to visit Shan and Tam on all their social media websites. At Sisters Shan and Tam on Instagram, Shan Tam Lodge-Lee on Facebook, and check out their blogs at shanandtam.blogspot.com. Tune in again next time on Real Talk.